2015 was certainly a grim year for the auto industry. Bad markets aside, the year also saw both the judiciary and certain state governments impose strict norms on emissions as well as the movement of commercial vehicles. While many agree that this has resulted in an image problem of sorts for the industry, some players still believe all hope is not lost, at least not yet. CNBC TV 18's Jude Sannith caught up with Ashok Leyland's MD and SIAM President Vinod Dasari to find out how Budget 2016 could provide an image makeover.
I have equally said there is something called a National Calamity Contingency Duty, NCCD. It's my pet peeve. 1% or 0.5%, honestly I don't even remember exactly how much it is, but it's very low. I even suggested combine this with excise duty but get rid of it. The reason I said get rid of it, the only two other industries that are challenged or tasked with this is alcohol and tobacco. I'm sorry.
The last two industries you want to be associated with.
I don't want to be clubbed in the same group as somebody else like that.
Again, it all boils down to an image issue at the end of the day. And that's something that you really want to work on today.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, today in India, like I said, the auto industry in India has adopted the fastest safety policies, the fastest emission policies anywhere in the world. We get no credit for that, nor are we seeking credit. But set up a roadmap along with the government and say this is when you want things, we'll get it done. But for that, certain things are required. If you want Euro 6 soon, fine, we will do. If 2020 is when you want Euro 6, you have to have Euro 6 fuel in 2019.
Yes.
You ask my personal opinion, I doubt it will be available. But we are going ahead and getting our vehicles ready for Euro 6.
You're ticking all the boxes off.
Yeah, we'll be ready. We'll be ready. You want airbags on the vehicles? We will get airbags on the vehicle. That's not a problem. People say, well, you're exporting BS6 vehicles. That's not correct. That's petrol vehicles, not diesel.
Also, moving forward from the budget itself, in terms of what the markets are likely to look like in 2016, are we likely to see some recovery from the tough times that we witnessed last year?
Well, see, the truck industry is seeing a great revival. But what people forget is 3 years ago or 4 years ago, it was 350,000. And it fell for 25% 2 years in a row. It came down to 200,000. So we have a base effect. From 200,000, it's come back to 230,000 to 280,000, we hope, this year. It will require at least 1 or 2 more years of this kind of growth to reach the previous high. Plus, on top of it, we are going to build a lot more roads. We're going to build a lot more in terms of infrastructure.
That's something you might want in the budget as well, in terms of infrastructure support.
Who doesn't want better infrastructure? It is safer, it brings better economy, it brings better connectivity. We've been talking about infrastructure for a long period of time. For our country, for the number of people that live in our country, the kilometers of roads is abysmally low. We need to do a lot more, faster.
I want to also redirect your attention, sir, to the whole emission debate that's been on for a long time now. The last few months have seen courts come down heavily on several aspects of commercial vehicles, in terms of the courts directing you to find parking space before someone buys a commercial vehicle, restricting movement of commercial vehicles to the national capital, for instance. Does the formulation of a standard environmental policy then eliminate the kind of role courts will have to play in imposing and telling you what to do, which of course is a major area of concern?
Well, there's only one request that I have, whether it is NGOs, NGT, courts or government or whoever. We have everybody and his brother dictating policies to the auto industry. Give us one automotive board. Let them discuss with all the constituents and come up with a roadmap. We will honor it. We will meet that. But don't keep changing the goalpost every time somebody else raises a question. Auto industry is a long gestation investment. Thousands of crores of investment will have to go. In fact, one of the things that I requested the finance ministry this time is, if we are going to spend a substantial amount of money in the next 3 years in automation and in development of new technology for Euro 6, hopefully there is some benefit that can be given for R&D also.
So is R&D then a big part of your plan?
Huge chunk. 2 to 3% of the total sales go into R&D. More than 10% of the R&D in this country is done by the auto industry, and hence I think anything that the government can do to help provide that little bit of reprieve is going to be helpful.
All right, moving on. Day 2 of